Assalamu alaikum. I am Tanzila Khanam and this is Psychology Basics Intermediate Lectures of Psychology. In the previous video, we have talked about the different approaches to the definition of psychology, including psychology as study of soul, mind, and consciousness. After all the approaches and the objections that were raised about them, we will discuss the last approach to the definition, which is the psychology as science of behavior. This approach gained much more prevalence and fame than previous ones. The proponents of this approach are our topic of discussion in today's lecture. Now, what is behavior? Behavior refers to all outward actions of an individual which can be observed objectively. For example, um, walking, talking, sleeping, eating, etc. According to this approach, all behavior is learned from environment through our senses. For example, an individual sees different things, he hears different sounds, he touches different objects. And through this interaction with environment, he learns different habits and different behaviors. The first name that comes in this context is E.L. Thorndike. He is called the first behaviorist in psychology. He performed experiments on animals, especially cats. He observed their behavior objectively and presented the concept of learning by trial and error, which we will discuss in detail under the chapter of learning. The American psychologist J.B. Watson is called the pioneer of behaviorist school of thought in psychology. He introduced psychology as science of behavior. He said that study of behavior is essential for objective and scientific study of organisms. He totally rejected the concepts like mental states and method of introspection and initiated the method of outward observation, that is the study of behavior that is observable of an individual. In his view, this outward observation was a must to understand the individual's physical, social, and psychological problem. Watson is famous for his research on his conditioning process. He talked about learning through conditioning. In this context, his famous experiment is Little Albert experiment. In this experiment, he demonstrated that child could be conditioned to fear a previously neutral stimuli. Little Albert was a 9 months baby who was initially not afraid of soft toys. But Watson, in his experiment, presented a little white rabbit, a soft toy, to the Albert, and at the same time, he initiated a sound of a loud noise of hammer in the background. For repetition of this experiment, and in different trials, when the little rabbit and the noise of hammer was presented together, the little Albert began to fear the uh, little bunny. In this way, Watson proved that every kind of behavior can be learned through environment. He emphasized so extremely on environment that he claimed he could take any child and train him to become any type of specialist, regardless of their genes and race. He said that behavior can be controlled through reward and punishment. He conducted experiments on children and animals and presented SR formula to explain human behavior. S stands for stimulus. Stimulus is any force that can evoke a reaction. R is the response, that is the reaction after a stimulus. For example, a child greets the guest and gets a candy from parents. The next time he will repeat this behavior because it was rewarded by them. But this SR formula was criticized so much because Watson excluded emotional and mental states of an individual. So this formula was revised and reformulated as SOR formula. O denotes for organisms, feelings, emotions, etc. For example, if a child is being hit by a stone and he starts crying, according to SR formula, the child does not cry due to the stone which is hit on his head, but due to the pain which he feels after the hitting of the stone. The role of Pavlov and Skinner are very much important in this study of psychology as science of behavior. Pavlov worked on classical conditioning, Little Albert experiment is an example of classical conditioning, that how a previously neutral stimuli can be reason to evoke fear in the child. The second name is Skinner, who used the method of operant conditioning for learning. It includes reward and punishment to learn and unlearn different behaviors. Watson was very much influenced by the work of Pavlov and Skinner. They conducted experiments on animals, and Watson began to apply and generalize these rules and conditioning methods to the humans. um, these conditioning methods he used to study and control and predict human behavior. And this approach to psychology started routine psychology as a natural science. Experimental studies were started in labs to control and predict behavior. Different physiological systems were also brought under examination, like nervous system, sensation, glands, etc., because they were held responsible for human behavior. These systems were studied as responsible for human behavior. Psychology gained much benefit from behaviorist approach and behavior began to be studied objectively. But some objections were also raised on the approach. First of all, it was objected that Watson totally ignored mental processes. He emphasized extremely only on the environment. The second objection which was raised that SR theory was defines human behavior as a mechanical reaction. Feelings and emotions of the organisms are completely rejected. The third one is that in the conditioning process, only environmental factors are taken into account and the important factor of inner drive is ignored. And the fourth one objection is that all psychological states cannot be studied through SR formula while excluding the organism. After all these objections, psychologists concluded that a comprehensive definition of psychology must include both mental processes and behavior of the individual. So, the comprehensive definition of psychology definition of psychology after the discussion on all approaches can be as below. Psychology is the science of behavior and mental processes of the organism in perspective of its environment. So here we completed our discussion on the definition of psychology. Hope you found it helpful. If so, please like and share the video and subscribe for the channel. Thanks for watching.